I guess the one question I did have was any of the issues that are in progress right now. Do I need to move them to the sprint back product backlog and then reintroduce them as we
That,
review?
that's what we usually do. I think we might even label them next sprint,
Yep.
but and then move them into product backlog so it starts with a clean board. That's
Okay.
generally
Cool.
the. It's like making your bed after the sprint, you know?
Noted. Yeah. And I know we don't have a sprint retrospective, so nothing to add from that, right? So
Yeah, that's true. Well, did we have one?
I don't not for this past sprint, no.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, that's easy then.
So yeah.
Hey Manu. Hey Ivy.
Hey guys.
Hey, Griff.
Hello.
Hey,
Staying up
guys.
staying up late today with us, huh?
Yeah, the past days I've been working more in the evening because more people are active, so it's better. And then I
Hmm.
get more sleep in my morning or afternoon. Hey, Nick, do you need help with cleaning up the board? Because
Yeah, we're going to spend the first 10 minutes going through and updating everything, and then I'm going to move everything from the product sprint backlog and in progress to the product backlog with next sprint, and then we'll go from there.
all right,
So if we want to go ahead and start a timer for that, I will do that, and
yeah, I
we'll
can
go
move.
ahead and get started.
What I used to do with Tam, I used to move the repeating tasks to the repeating pipeline, so I can just move all the repeating ones to that
Yep,
pipeline.
that would be wonderful. Thank you, Ivy.
So we're going into the sprint backlog and just like updating issues for 10 minutes.
Yep. Next 10 minutes, so update, add issues that you want to have. So
Is anyone else having troubles creating the issues? I tried to create one and it says like error rendering markdown.
Did you change the content
Nope.
of the template, Juan Carlos?
I tried to upload an image.
That could be it. I would say delete the image and try to create the issue, and then you can try to modify it and see if that works. Adding the image later after you create it.
I refreshed the page and it worked. Sorry.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, we'll do a couple more minutes before we get started. Right. Does anybody need any more time? All right. If you want to keep working, no worries. Just add the issues. We're going to go ahead and get started with a review of the working groups. So we'll start off with legal and Santi. Do you want to go over some of these?
Sure, we don't have too many issues. I just started some right now, but basically we were discussing the covenant today, which is a working process, and I can move it from the backlog into the working process. And if that's fine, should I just move it or?
Yeah, you can go ahead and move it.
Okay. And there is a bunch of new issues I added from today's meeting, and maybe the covenant is already there. I just saw that I created a new issue that I'm gonna just close it because it's redundant.
Okay.
Yeah, and we just started discussing the TEC content legal protection, and probably we will start discussing best guidelines for working groups dealing with treasury control once the DAO is up and running, and maybe that can also jump in progress. So that's basically what we discussed today and what we're going to be start working in the next meetings.
Okay, and do you want me to, we have the covenant and we have the finalized covenant, the product backlog. These are the same two issues?
I just did move it to in progress. It's issue number 753.
And that's completely separate from 804, right?
Yeah, what's 804?
804 is finalize the covenant.
Yeah, actually we are not finalizing it. We are taking a look at it from the legal perspective. So we had a discussion today with Libby. She worked on it for a couple of hours today, and we invited Juan Carlos to take a final look and add some of the stuff that's on the forum post. Transparency is also gonna add some content from their perspective, and we hopefully will be able to give it a final look from the legal perspective on next meeting and finalize it. So I think this issue is the legal working group, and the other one is more from the content from, I don't know if it's probably Libby leading it and the other groups, but all of them were today on the meeting, so they are all aware of it.
Okay. The legal all third-party services terms and conditions.
Yeah, that's a work in progress. It's pretty much done, but I'm gonna move it to in progress. But Sean wasn't attending the meeting today, so I'll just try to touch base with him sometime during the week, and hopefully he'll be able to join next meeting, and we should be. I'm pretty sure that we can finalize that on next spring.
Okay. And then they propose the covenant for the community vote.
What's that? Which issue is that one?
776.
776. Don't see that one.
Yeah, that's
That was
mine.
Libby.
We're gonna finish it. It's pretty much like the structure is done for the covenant. Now we just need reviews and adding. Like today, we thought it would be good to add transparency links, and then we just need to make a proposal.
So you take care of that issue, Libby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That looks good. All right. We will move it to Hatcher Outreach. Eduardo. Right, is Eduardo with us today? No, he's not. Okay. Let's go through some of these. The Hatcher Handbook. This is still a work in progress. This is the comprehensive version. Sprint backlog. This one is closed. And Hatcher Outreach group sessions. Does anybody know about this one? Issue 696.
I don't know if I kind of took that on as hatch parties that we just did, but I can continue to take that on if you want to assign me.
Okay.
I'll make some more for next week.
Yep.
And it's such a good issue number. Jeez.
Yeah. All right.
I think the Hatcher handbook is ready, right? Is there anything else needed there?
Yeah, we were working on kind of a comprehensive notebook basically for it, and then we're going to integrate it into the Git book. The Hatcher Handbook short, sweet version is done, but this one was going to be more comprehensive in terms of delving deep into the hatch process. This was kind of long term.
You mean even for post hatch?
For yeah, post hatch is fine. Like this is just for future iterations.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. So you want to move to SoftGov, Livy?
Sure. So yeah, the covenant we talked about already. I think this. Oh, I added a comment on that one. Juanca, community support around post-hatch changes discussions.
Yep.
Is there something still needed there?
Well, I think that things are more clear now on what's going to happen after the hatch and for the funding of all working groups. I don't know if maybe for the upgrade there will be another changes that will need to be talked in the community.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of vague. Maybe we can close it, and then if there is a like focused discussion you want to host, we can open a new issue for it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Maybe for this particular issue, we can close it, and maybe if we identify that there are other topics that should be discussed openly in the community after the upgrade, we can open a new one for that.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Or what about there is some type of post in the forum or something that like asks people if they have something they would like to talk about? Or maybe we would know already. I mean, like the posts are coming spontaneously too.
Yeah, I think Anna Marie kind of sparked it off a little bit. I think we're going to have some
Yeah.
more engagement with the forum. So if you guys want to contribute to that discussion, I do think it's extremely important because there are a lot of, moving parts right now. And so I think it's really good to have a kind of a solid, cohesive voice from the community.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And then this one, ViViV took it on. Oh, so he made it a checklist.
Yep.
So maybe I'm just seeing this now. So I'll take a look at this. Let me put it. put myself in here too. And then the praise system development, I think it can stay, well, it might start happening in the middle of the sprint because I'm talking to Octopus and he said he will be available on the 15th. And I'm also onboarding a couple of other data scientists that we can start looking into this. And this will also be part of governance. So I'll be working on it, but might start only next week. And then working group funding proposal. I think it can wait a little bit, maybe next sprint, because I don't feel like there's like clarity enough now.
Sorry, which one was this?
SoftGov working group funding proposal. And I also left it open if somebody wants to take that issue and start thinking about it already. That's great. And also for the reward system. So this one, reward system proposal template, I thought it could be cool to have some type of a framework for how we're going to be asking funds when the commons is up. And Chewy shared a very interesting discussion from One Hive and how they were looking into asking for funds. So I just put the link there, and if someone wants to take this on, feel inspired, it's there.
Okay. The reward system proposal template, is that different from the praise system development?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I think this is mostly it. I feel like there are more things, but they're not so clear for me right. Oh, and then Santi, I wanted to see with you and Mateo this data review session. I sent a message to Mateo today because there was some ideas in One Hive and maybe we could look at it together this week.
Sounds great. Just let's try to find the best
And
time
this
to
is
meet together.
this is a source cred data review?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Okay, so let's see. Steward nomination process.
Oh, sorry, and also best practices of the advice process that Ms. Optimus is leading, and I'm working with him.
And that's in progress right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll put it to the sprint backlog at the moment.
I did it already.
Oh, okay. What about this 272 reward system holistic overview? Is this a different effort?
I think that's part of the praise system development, but it needs that it's more connected to the template one. So I don't think they're like ready to come in until we have an idea for praise.
Okay, and do you want me to keep that in the product backlog then?
Mm-hmm.
The Discord bot to store wallet addresses.
I think this is closed. I asked, but I don't think we need anything else here.
Okay.
But I just need to double check with Vivi. And then the other things are on the backlog.
Okay, so everything else is on the product backlog, right?
Yeah, I don't think nothing else needs to come to the sprint.
Okie dokie. All right, so let's go ahead and move to gravity.
Okay, Nate. Just give me 1 second. I am finishing to create an issue, and I will jump into.
Yeah, I can give you a couple more minutes. We can move on to transparency.
Yeah. We will be. What I really want to finish is like the that repeating task, like on the not there, on the left.
Yep.
Up that this one, creating rules for every platform. I really wanna, like, it's missing HubSpot, Medium, and Gitbook, and yeah, the idea is to really get all those three this sprint and have this issue ready for review. Like, the idea is like SoftGov and Gravity probably review it, and yeah, like the idea is to get it ready for review.
All right.
And then there's also another issue that Ivy is working on. It's at the beginning. Documentation of the process of the credentials. We already have the system and everything, but it's we want to have it documented on the Gitbook too, so it's more clear and transparent for the community.
Can I assign this to you as well?
Well, I mean, the idea is like we have only one assigned, and Ivy is leading it, and she's
okay.
Yeah, she's going to do it perfectly, and Manu, I think, is also supporting her in this issue.
Okay.
And then this advice process we start working on, but I don't know if it's going to be done this sprint. But and another things, I'd like to contact YGG and Solsista if any of the working groups are ready for the audit, and I think it's time. And yeah, just offering them help, like just to get like the manifesto roadmap and everything, and yeah, just to have their audits. But it depends on them, so it's not like I can guarantee it's going to happen. And yeah, that's for this sprint.
For the advice processes?
Yeah.
Or do you want to keep that in the product backlog?
Yeah, we're working on it for sure.
Okay.
Like, yeah. And yeah, and for the Omega and Labs audit, I'll contact Sean and Solsista, but yeah, it depends on them. But I'll try to reach out.
All right.
I am ready now. Nate, if you want to go with me.
Yeah, give me 1 second. These two new issues over here, Zepti?
Yeah, for Omega it's like the same, like we did with YGG. And these transparency and Discord tag roles, me and Ivy had a discussion like some minutes ago, and yeah, we feel like, for example, like we like after this meeting, I'll be creating an onboarding role if no one's against. Like, the idea is to put in that roles Anna Marie, Katie, Livy, Tam, and Edu. So when they are reaching out, they have some kind of official role.
And did you want that in this sprint?
Yeah, it's going to happen after this call, but but not this issue, like creating the role. I put it this issue without assigning anyone. The idea is like if someone wants, like, I know like we're trying to engage more with the contributors, and yeah, it's just leave it there. Like if some contributor wants to tackle it, and if not, me and Ivy will take care of it.
Okay. Yeah, I just added the role of onboarding coordinator to Discord, and assigned Anna Marie and all of them.
Okay. Cool.
Suga. Yeah. Okay, good. So now we will have Gravity.
Okay.
Wonka. Okay, so start with the product backlog with the distribution of gravity survey for conflict management and DAOs. What's the latest on this?
Yeah. Well, I think that should stay maybe in the backlog because I think that we can retake this issue when we start the Graviton training, and it would be very important that all of the participants of the Graviton training make the survey, and in that way we will have like more information to analyze, because I have seen like that we have only 12 answers to the survey, and I feel it's not like really good to like analyze that information right now, and maybe it would be better when we have like more information to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Were you saying something?
Yeah. For the second Graviton training, I just realized I made a similar issue. But yeah, the idea is to finish the study plan. And in yesterday's call, we talked that we are going to make like 3 syncs with the facilitators, because the idea is not just to like copy and paste the first Graviton training and do the same, but we need to do like some sense making to see really what is the impact that we desire to have with the contributors and with the training. So yeah, we will have 3 syncs with that, and Manu is going to help me with this.
Okay.
Okay. For the icebreakers and hangout spaces, we did 1, but for sure we need to make more. So I will create the calendar reunion for next Friday before the meme party. So we will make a new
Are we trying to do a consistent schedule with this event for these lounges?
Yeah, I think it would be great, but I don't know why I have always troubles to like create events in the calendar. So if someone can help me with this, it would be like really appreciated. The hour before the meme parties, that would be the perfect hour to make these hangout spaces.
I help you with the calendar, Juanca.
Okay, Ivy, thank you. Okay, and for the One Hive outreach and Give It outreach, I think they can be in the backlog too, because those issues can be moved when we have the second Graviton training, and when we have like more contributors from those communities whom we can like work together with. And I have other posts, other issues that are like write a new blog post for Gravity promoting the next Graviton training. Yeah, the idea of this is to make a new blog post where we invite people to participate in the Graviton training, and also share some of the process that we have had. Acid Laser helped me doing. Oh, okay, yeah. It's the one that says write. It's in Sprint backlog.
Yep.
Yeah, the one that says write a new blog post. The last one.
Gotcha. I see.
Yeah, like Acid Laser helped me to make that piece, but we are trying to make like a new blog post to invite people to the Graviton training, and Durgadas is helping me with this. and also making the POAPs for the graviton training. It's another issue that should be added to this sprint. And I tagged Manu and Septi for this. The idea is to design the 10 POAPs that we will deliver to the participants of the training, to make a design that we can have like small changes for each POAP and have a good system to deliver the POAPs. Because last time we were doing a question and giving the password for the bot, but at the end that wasn't working very well, and I had to deliver each POAP like manually. So it would be really good if we can have like a better system to. I already created that. Yeah.
Where's it at?
Yeah. It's called Making the POAPs for the Graviton Training. It's in the sprint backlog.
Let's see. Let me see.
Yeah. Can you refresh? Making the POAPs for the Graviton Training. It's 8:32.
Is it
in the sprint
oh yeah,
backlog.
there it is. Okay, I see it now. Thank you.
Yeah, so the idea is to like have the 10 POAPs, make them in the POAP page, have one design that we can have small changes for each POAP, and and improve the system for delivering them, like so that everyone can easily claim their POAP and that I don't have to give them each manually.
All right, so this will be given to each person who goes through the graviton training. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and well, I think that would be it.
Okay. So you have these three still in the product backlog, and you're okay with that, right? The outreach for the gravity, and then the distribution of the survey.
Yes.
All right, that sounds perfect. All right, let's move to Common Swarm. All right.
Cool. So Common Swarm, the main ones here are this. This is something Sem's been battling to get done. So that's like the most important thing, to get the auditor going. We got to stop saying audit and say code review. Code review on the augmented bonding curve app. Get that out. So that's like the most important thing, and that has to get done this sprint. It should have been done last sprint.
Are there any blockers for it, or no?
No, not really.
Okay.
And then I think, what are these other ones? Making actual CAD models. See, that's a Params. I think, can you actually filter, close that filter and just do labels?
Yeah. There we go.
Cool. So yeah, I think the rest of these, it's hard for me to know. So this is definitely the stats page is going to stay in the product backlog. Though of these other issues, because it's a lower priority. These other issues, I think the main one that we're going to push is the Gardens demo live on Rinkeby.
Okay.
So that can go in sprint backlog, and we might get the other ones done, but I'm not really sure. There's
EVM CRISPR.
That's blocked. Well, that's something I don't know how Paulo will prioritize, so we'll see. But this is Paulo's game, and it's really close. I think it just needs more testing. There's a lot of finishing touches that need to be added, but we will use it in the demo.
Okay. And same with the stats page.
Stats page is just a lower priority.
Okay. Just leave it
So
be.
we'll see. And then there's some new issues. This migration tool, and man, I thought I was just working on one. Okay, yeah. So this migration tool, it's blocked by EVM CRISPR, but otherwise it should get out pretty quickly. It's blocked by both the demo and EVM CRISPR. When we do the demo, we will be testing the migration tools at the same time.
All right.
But EVM CRISPR doesn't need to be updated. I guess it's not really blocked by EVM CRISPR. The CRISPR library is able to do this functionality. So,
Okay.
but yeah, so yeah, I mean, just for everyone's just to relay information, hopefully this week, maybe it won't happen till after the hatch, which would be sad, but hopefully we'll be able to get a demo out by Thursday about the with the gardens. We're kind of blocked by gardens not really working on Rinkeby most of the last 2 weeks. So hopefully, I think that's fixed now. And Gabby really kicked ass to make sure everything was working. But so now we can actually make progress on getting a demo out so people can start to play with a test TEC gardens.
All right. It's exciting.
Yeah, and then filter by labels. Param.
Go to parameters now.
Yeah, and you have to remove the common swarm filter. There's a little X there. Lower. Right there. Yeah, just hit that X. Okay, so this week, actually right there it says CDD to the left. It's still in new issues, my bad. That should be this should be in product backlog. I actually think this is probably this should be done this sprint. Let's put in the sprint backlog. Unless it may end up being blocked by another issue, but hopefully not. So this is let's go to another issue.
Okay. Any of the other CDDs?
No, the rest of these. Well, if there's the CV forum posts, all the forum post ones can be closed. I think, right?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I should I can date some of these too. And yeah, because I mean forum posts look amazing. Great work, Nate. There was also one at the bottom here that's labeled next sprint. The learning intro. So we have this, you can move this to sprint backlog. So now that we have the QA that Mount Manu has been doing, the user testing there, we can probably start developing, and the goal is to get the learning section up with the information needed for the lockup section, and have like a full working app before the end of the hatch, before this week. That's the push we're gonna make with Vitor and Fabio, is to get the lockup app and the learning portions of the intro up, so we have like a link that someone can go to and actually play with the token thaw app. And that's hopefully something we can get done before the hatch is over. And then before the end of the sprint, we'll also try to add the augmented bonding curve section to it as well. Although we'll see. We might also, I have a feeling that the augmented bonding curve portion might fail the QA because it's really complicated, and it's
so is this going into the product backlog or the sprint backlog for this?
This is going into sprint backlog, the ABC QA for sure.
Okay. So most of this is going to be a part of this sprint.
The forum post can be closed. The CV dev is not part of this sprint. CV QA is like a stretch goal for the sprint. Probably will make it into the sprint. DVQA probably will make it into the sprint, but I would leave them as stretch goals. But you can move everything and new issues to sprint to product backlog for sure. I can do that too. Okay.
Let's see. The forum post for CV's min effective supply. I actually haven't seen these for the virtual balance. Are they in the advanced section?
Yeah, virtual balance and effective supply are advanced.
And they're done, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I saw them.
The virtual balance might be done, but I don't know.
I actually think Mitch did some of them and did not post them to the forum yet.
Okay. So the virtual balance, I'm pretty confident the minimum effective supply has not been done. We were kind of waiting to see if Gardens wanted to change the name, I think. But honestly, I think min effective supply is fine.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and move that into this sprint just to
Okay, cool.
get it done.
Yeah, let's get those form posts up.
Were you gonna ask something, Griff?
Well, I was just, I don't know I wasn't sure you were one of the people writing forum posts, so I wasn't sure if you noticed if min effective supply or virtual supply, virtual balance got done.
No, the ones I wrote are right there. I don't know who's doing those.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think that's the, let me look, I think forum posts, QA on ABC, learning intro. I mean, the big push is to get like this learning intro and token thaw and with the intro that's relative to it out as soon as possible. I think all the pieces and parts are there to make that easy. And Fabio should have the time this week. But if anyone has any front-end devs that want to lend support, we could definitely do it. I'll see if Nuggin has the space tomorrow. I'm going to have a call with Nuggin.
Can we add him to this issue or no?
You could tag him for sure. I think Fabio, honestly, Vitor is probably going to lead it because Vitor's like the man behind the curtain pulling all the strings, you know. But Fabio will be the one doing the work. Nuggin. I already signed Fabio to it, but yeah, and then Nuggin. Pablo is his name on.
Is that him? No.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is his name. Yeah.
Tag them there, and then let that be. Okay. And so anything in the product backlog that needs to be moved to the sprint?
All the QAs should be moved to the sprint. The lockup QA and the lockup dev.
Okay. All right.
And also, I'm just moving issue 280 as well from Vitor. But he's pretty much done with that. And Nuggin's working on 280 as well.
Okay.
Kind of tag teaming it.
All right.
So yeah, I'm excited to get this milestone out because it will be a huge marketing piece for the push for the hatch. So if we can get it out, hopefully we can do like minimal QA testing on it, and then like the last 2 days we'll have this push, and because I do feel like there's this the theme around like participatory economics or collaborative economics, which, yeah, I guess we need to figure out how we want to frame that. That's feeling pretty strong. So if we can get this out, I think it'll help us on the last push.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. See how that works. Do you know when it'll be ready?
The
actual dashboard.
The full dashboard, I mean, it's one of these things where, with it, how are things going with you, Manu? Like, how are people reacting in general to the app? Does it feel intuitive?
It's like half and half. Mostly the feedback has been that they want more information there on the interface of the dashboard. They don't want to have to, click and be forwarded to a forum post. They want to be lazy and they just want it there. Like it's understandable. Like it's just intuitive UI, right? That's one. And the other one, that it didn't make sense to have like what was it? Put it on the group. Let me check.
So, oh, we lost Mount Manu.
Did you lose him?
No, he's back.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Yeah, that it was confusing that the UI showed the whole value of the token being 0 after 52 weeks, and just little things. It's an interesting one was that there are some assumptions about what our users' knowledge are, and
Well, I'm very excited to see how people react to the augmented bonding curve thing, because I feel like that's going to be probably the biggest one that's going to cause us to be slow. But I would say that the goal is to get the dashboard out within the next 2 sprints completely, to answer your question, Nate. But
yeah, and are there any issues that we need to create around like the understanding? Like, I mean, is there anything that we can do to improve the user experience? Like,
I think those are coming out less as issues and more of like, comments on the Figma, and then Marco addresses them.
Okay.
So that's it's kind of covered in the QA issue.
Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and do the Stewards working group. All right.
Yeah.
Have you posted? Yep. Go ahead, Manu.
Sorry, yeah, I found the part I was looking for. There was like someone said that there's a correlation between the amount of info that we show and the assumptions that we make about our users' understanding, and he suggested that we manage these accordingly. So like how token engineering are gonna be the people using this, how normal sort of that thing, and I don't know. It was mostly just add more info there, and make it like when you scroll through the things, make the info pop up and show. So that was mostly the consensus.
That's cool. That's cool feedback. Thanks, Manu.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna move into the Stewards product backlog. We have you posted in the forum this week. Make sure that you do that. I'm going to go ahead and move it into the sprint backlog just because it's a great reminder to participate in the forum. Yeah. So go ahead and do that. TEC high level roadmap. Do we know what this is? Here goes the next sprints to clear to all. So I guess this is for the working groups, maybe. Just maybe another reminder one. I know a lot of working groups right now, we're about to go through a lot of changes. And so like having a vision for that change is really important. And I think participating in the forum is going to be helpful. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep that in the product backlog. Onboarding to ZenHub and the TEC. People need the TEC, basics of using ZenHub. I think we should probably add this to onboarding group. Maybe Katie and Anna Marie may be interested in doing this. Does anybody know anything else about this issue?
Oh, yeah, I think it is just, I was talking to Katie how people don't have familiarity with some tools when they join. So if we want to move all like project coordination to ZenHub, it's important that people that are joining are like familiar with just getting into it and looking for issues, and that we can place this as part of the onboarding so we can all like make ZenHub more useful for the working groups.
Is there like an agreed upon approach for this? Like, should we have like video tutorials, or should we have like, I mean, is anybody kind of managing this approach, this issue besides Tam?
Onboarding to ZenHub and the TC. Oh, so maybe that's something different. People new to the TC know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's really important, but I just want to make sure. I'm not sure what to do with it here in the.
Oh, we thought of just going through it during the orientation calls, but a video sounds good too.
Okay. Product backlog refinement. So yeah, I guess this is something that's really important for us to consider. If you have your working group and you go through your old issues, kind of make sense of it. I'm not sure what kind of advice process we have for that, but if anybody wants to contribute to that as well, that'd be nice. I'm actually still working on this one. I'll move that into the sprint. I'll try to get that done in the sprint. How to nominate SMEs and recognize them. The idea is like a lot of the SMEs that we do have don't have like proper recognition of like what their responsibilities are and how they're approaching, working groups if, they need advice at that moment in time. And so just kind of setting boundaries and rules around like what your role is as an SME and like what you can expect during any type of interaction, and understanding that maybe your advice will be taken, maybe it won't, but you're there to provide the best advice possible for that scenario. And stewards will have the option to take that advice and use it, or disregard it and use it for their own decisions. So I think having that clearly articulated is very important, which is why I'm working on it. Hatchwag, dock the process, later handoffs. Anybody know about this one?
Can I see again the issue?
Yep.
I think.
Is this part of the epic?
It doesn't seem to be. Yes, it is. It's part of the TEC Swag Shop and TEC Love Epic. So is the token issue solved?
I think we have the process. I don't know if it's the process, but I'm not sure if we can close this, but I'm already doing the uh, airdrop for the swab tech.
The airdrop for it?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that's the process that Tam is referring to in this issue.
Yeah. Keep it there. I'll keep it in the product backlog for the moment. And steward nomination process, should we change it? I mean, I think this is something that we should definitely talk about, but possibly put it into the forum. I'll add it to the sprint backlog for this. No new issues. Okay, let's go ahead and move to comms. Chewy. Let's start with new issues, I guess.
I'm sorry. What was that last thing you said, Nate?
We're going to move on to comms now.
Oh yes. Okay. So let's see. I had some questions regarding the epics that are assigned to comms right now. For example, this onboarding video is something that we ended up like covering with the other video production that we've been doing. So I saw that you commented, Manu, about taking this on, but since you're more on the onboarding side of this, like, do you think we need to come up with like a different production or different supporting material than the one that we have already, or do you think that we could close this epic considering the production that we already covered?
For which
the issue, it's just super old epic. It's from October last year actually. So it was,
I see.
yeah.
I think we can. I think we already talked about this a longer version of the community video and targeted for the purpose of people. I think we can do that. So we already have the assets for it. We just need to, polish them and make them fit this particular issue.
Okay. Actually, if we could, I don't know if you already had a chance to see the TEC on conference video. Maybe this footage can also be very helpful to integrate with it. But yes, I just wanted to ask this because you're probably more aware of the onboarding necessities, and yeah, if we need to put together like a production around it, we can we can definitely take a look into that.
Yeah. And by the way, for the hatch video, it's ready. Like it's we should launch it today.
Yes, perfect. This is actually like we'll come to this issue. I was just reviewing those, so yeah, I'm eager to close that issue because it's taken a while.
So I added Mount Mono to the onboarding video epic.
Okay.
Do you want to close it or do you want to keep it open?
Now let's keep it open. We will make like a new video. The last video that we upload is the TEC on conference is like an example of
just how like we took the footage and edited ourselves. So probably we could come up with something similar, but that answers to the to onboarding needs. So
Okay.
yeah, I feel that this can be necessary, especially after we close the hatch.
Okay. Do you have any other questions about product backlog or epics, old epics?
Yes, there's also this other epic. I'm not assigned to it, but it has the communications tag. It's 481. You just pass it, I think. Yeah, there it is. So this epic was also like from way back, and I feel that it stopped like being updated. But in the end, we could. I mean, the hatch swag is already like up and running. So I just like added one last comment there, and so yeah, just like suggesting it because it's. I mean, I went through it and it's pretty outdated, but I wanted to discuss this first so that I'm not maybe like skipping on some other pending stuff.
Yeah, so this is the last, I think, right here on the product backlog for the stewards, the one we just went over, the hatch swag, dock the process, and later hand off. So if that's done, we can close the epic altogether, but I'm going to keep it open until we confirm that.
Okay, perfect.
All right, and so you want to go through new issues real quick? Design criteria for CDB content selection process?
Yeah. This is also, I think, from some months ago.
Yeah.
I feel that we pretty much covered this with the content and distribution process. I don't know if you would agree on closing it, but let me see if
I mean, at the end of the day, if it's working for you, the CDP process, then we can close it and you can create new issues as we come along if you want to change it or revise anything. I just don't see really any calls to action with this one. So, yeah, I would.
Okay, yeah. Let me just add and post the CND process, and I'll close it. It's 575, I think. Yes,
575. Yep.
Okay.
We can close this one as well. The create template ideas for requests on CDP.
Yes, we have a working template on the CND repo.
Okay.
Is there like any way we can just I just know that we usually like go back to these when questions arise. So is there any way we could like link the? I mean, it's a GitHub template, so I don't know if we should like maybe specify it. No, not open. Just have it specified before it gets closed.
I'll move it to the review Q&A. That way we just keep track of it. If we want to link it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
It's 576, right?
Yep.
CND. Okay. Yeah, I just closed it again, but specified that we have this working template.
Okay. All right. Let's go through the product backlog. Discord automatic call announcements.
Yes. I'm gonna ask by V, but these have been working pretty good. I mean, at least for comms and the community call and the stewards call are some of the ones that I'm aware of. But I don't know if there are any stewards here that aren't getting the automatic announcements. But yeah, I feel that it's already working okay. But I'll ask YYB. Maybe I saw that some of the last comments that he made was about having some issues with the biweekly. Yeah, that one. Uh, so just to check up on that.
Okay.
Let me.
Um,
Is
I
he
would-
taking some time off? I don't know if someone is like more aware of IV's status, or
I have not heard anything, but maybe somebody else has.
okay, I'm gonna write him really quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this one into the sprint backlog.
Sorry. I will just recommend everyone to check the links because some of the links of some of the messages were like broken. So like at the beginning of the week, this outreach had to like update their message because the links were broken on the message that was going to be sent. So yeah, maybe it's worth checking if everyone's on messages on the automatic message it's up to date.
Okay, I'm gonna add this to the issue.
And so Chewy, on this issue, the crypto news talk with Griff,
Yes.
the reason it's still open.
Well, it was an interview from back then, and then I don't know if you remember when Fahern was looking for some stuff, and he volunteered for this. However, the clip that he sent me had like some like black and empty frames in between the clips. So I just like wrote to him back then, and I asked him like, "Hey, do you think we could change these like empty spaces for maybe like fades between the scenes or something like this?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And I never got back from him. So starting when we started this meeting, I wrote to him. I'm gonna. I mean, I still have the video that he sent me with black frames in between the clips. So if I don't get back from him, just to like take this off our shoulders, I'll just edit it myself and add the fades and re-export it. And yeah, just so that we can have like some extra supporting material in our YouTube channel.
Okay. And so do you need any help with that, or is it?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he already went through the cut. Like he made a good job with the selection of the clips. It's something that that I provided him with. It's just the fades like seem weird. It looks like very like raw B-roll kind of stuff. So it's it shouldn't be as difficult as back then, like going through the 2 hours of the interview and then writing down like the stuff that needed to be cut out. Yeah, it's we're definitely not in the same stage. So
Well, depending on how sorry, depending on how much is on your plate right now, I can keep this in the product backlog, or I can put it within the sprint and try to end it.
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for this next sprint.
Okay. Okay, and then Nuggin making POAP for hatchers.
Yes. This was. I'm sorry.
So is this all a part of the same kind of pursuit with the gravity, Wonka?
This, as far as I know, this was something like this was an initiative that Noggin kept. He had like some really cool ideas about it, so I'll write to him to see what stage he's in. Uh, However, right now in with the comms, we're prioritizing the Hatchbot NFT. So I mean, since it's a PO-up, probably like once we get closer to closing the hatch, it might be a good idea to also promote like, hey, like for the rest of the hatchers, we're gonna have this PO-up that might be like useful for this in the future or whatever. But at this point, I feel that it would be confusing. This is why we haven't been like covering it. But I'll see where Nagan left this, and I'll help him pick up with it.
Okay, and I'm going to keep this in the product backlog because I feel like Nuggin probably has a lot on his plate as well with the dev work, and so we'll just keep it in the background for now and let that be because it's not a priority, right? Like immediately.
Not immediately. Yeah, I feel that it would be like a good follow up once we close the hatch, just to like keep the hype. But right now, definitely, it's not a priority.
Because this is completely separate pursuit than the Hatchbot NFT, correct? For the top hatchers.
Yeah. This is something else. This is for every hatcher.
Okay, cool. So style guide, TEC style guide. So this is something that has been in the works for a very long time, and I would really like to get it done. For it's kind of tough. We haven't really been able to coordinate on this very well, and so we kind of have several different pursuits that have happened. Do you have any advice on this, or what you foresee for this, Chewy?
Not really.
I know that Katie has as well. But
How is it different from branding?
sorry, what was that?
I'm sorry. What was that, Manu?
How is this different from branding, or how is this expanding on branding?
This is just to kind of educate people in the comms working group so that they have a style and a common whether it's branding or whether it's actually like writing. So branding can be looked at as like our digital assets that we have, but also like what type of tone and what type of voice we have when we write in our blog post or just kind of external communications.
Okay, so that type of style.
We need both.
Okay.
Actually, like Marco's assets on GitHub are already like super specific, like regarding guidelines and everything. Maybe we could add some of the other like style explorations that Asset Laser has been doing. But originally, the intention for this was to be able to cover writing style guidelines, and Katie was more involved in this. So I'll see if she had like anything and see how we could support her. I also feel that maybe by now Acid Laser could be interested in putting together like more, let's say like graphic or more like distributable style guide.
Okay, can we put this into the communications agenda for next week?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll do that and to try to establish a meeting and try to kind of regroup. I'm going to keep it in the product backlog for the moment, but it's something that we need to put on the plate because it would be very nice to have for a lot of people who are going to be contributing. Okay, so update and add what's in the hatch link to forum post. All right, what is this? Adding CS blog on what's in the hatch. You know what this is?
Yeah, this is a task that Pam has had on her plate for a bit of time. She I just know that it's on her, and yeah, that was
Okay.
my update on it. But yeah, I guess she will take it on when she comes back.
All right. Keeping the backlog. All right. Gravity One Hive Outreach. We've already went over that one. SEO and review SEO best practices. I feel like this is another one that we need to put on the agenda, at least. I don't know how you feel, Chewy. Do you have a plan for this?
Yeah, I feel that it could be nice if we could pick up on the SEO project, especially because most of the content that we're dealing with right now is much better, like updated, and it just like corresponds with what we're going through right now, and back when we made like some like keywords list and stuff like this, it was just like around another phase of the TEC, so it could just like be more efficient by now to start putting together some of the stuff that Durganas recommended us back then. So I don't know if you would be down, Nate, to maybe the spot that we were using for hacking around uh, the hatch campaign. Maybe we could set it back to being an SEO
Time period.
an SEO. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can have it simultaneous. I mean, most of the time, if somebody's working on some content, we can do SEO talk as well. So I'll put that in this sprint and just set up a meeting for it, meeting time, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Improvements to the forum. Let's see. This is kind of an old one, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. I can open another one and pick up on Christopher's amazing idea about the weekly updates that can automatically be like from the forum to the website. I really like that idea, and I feel that the forum is much better adopted by now. Uh, Maybe it could also be a matter of checking with the stewards, because we don't want to like add stuff to their plate, but this regular update of maybe like grabbing each of the agendas and just posting that in the forum as updates.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you create a new issue for that, for the Christopher, and kind of linking the website with the forum, because I do think it is a good idea, but this one I'm going to go ahead and close unless somebody...
Yes,
I mean,
it's just, yeah.
There's not really action on this.
Yeah, and it's also like a little bit outdated. So I already have like an open new issue here with trying to cover the Christopher's idea.
Okay. Good deal. Customized badge names for discourse.
Customize batch names. I don't really know what this is. Oh, I think like, well, maybe someone here is a little bit more informed, but it's like keeping track of new members.
Do we want this in the sprint backlog for this one? We're just going to keep it in the product backlog.
Well, I sorry, Libby.
Oh, no, sorry, that's for discourse, because we have that for Discord. We have a label for new members, and maybe there's a way to cross them or to create some type of bot, kind of like we have here for new members of this course too. Is that what this is talking about?
Yeah, I feel that that it's kind of the same thing, but probably it could be great for source grid. I know that that like depending on like if a steward likes something that you posted is different. It's like a different score value compared to like a new member's like. So this could also be working in a similar way for the discourse forum.
That's interesting. Maybe ViViV could take a look into that.
Yeah, I'll keep it open,
Oh.
but in the product backlog until we get some information.
Nate, do you think? I mean, it's not really like the intention of the issue, but do you think you could mention source grid in the update?
Yeah. What about source grid though, in regards to the badges?
Yeah, like just a mention of badges are useful for source grid.
What you were saying. Okay. I'll keep that in the backlog for now. Let's see. That's good. All right. Do you have anything else, Chewy?
Yes, there is this. There's this other issue about the animation video. I think it's just something that I mentioned to Manu that we were gonna be coming across that. I just don't see it right now. However, I mean, if it's finished, I'll just make sure I remember to close the issue and to add the link to this.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to. Thing from Hatcher Outreach.
Oh, I see. It's number 55. It's issue number 55.
Oh, it's in the. Is that the one that's in the other repo?
No, it's a coordination workspace. Oh no, yeah, it's CND. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
There it is. Yeah, so this one has pretty much like all of the updates and the different revisions of the script that we went through. It has also some of the storyboard, and yeah, we should be good with posting the final version and finally closing this one.
So this is going to stay in the sprint, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. We're going to move to Hatcher Outreach.
Oh, my battery is gonna die in like the next 10 to 15 minutes. So sorry if I like disconnect out of nowhere, but I'll pick it up on my phone. Sorry about that.
No worries. All right, Edu. Hatch, first day, campaign outreach.
So the first day, first week, first everything, it's almost done. There are few people left just because we don't know their username. So Dan is taking care of it, of replacing them or finding the correct username for people. those will be the last people that needed to be messaged. But it's 90% done.
All right. So I'll keep this in the next sprint. All right. So goodbye document for HO.
Yeah, so that one I added a comment today that we will probably need a review to receive feedback on the next Hatch outreach call to just finish that document, and we'll probably have or request revision from the stewards just to check that if that kind of serves for any possible other working group. What I think could be interesting on this is to the transition or the change towards the next like the protocol sort of things. Like for example, when you close a working group, then you have to notify VIV to take out all the notifications, how to update the calendar, who is going to pick up the issues or the things that were left open or transition to the working group. So this is the last step, and this is the thing that we should have sort of create like a small protocol for closing a working group. But yeah.
That's really awesome because there's so many dependent efforts that are involved with a single working group. So when you dissolve, it should have the protocol around it. And so that's what this is for, correct?
Yes.
Or do we need to make a separate issue for that?
The protocol should be done in consensus, but I will just add it to the end of this document.
Okay.
So
that sounds good. Revised Gitbook hatch descriptions.
Yeah, this is a little one similar to the one for what's it called? They update the forum stuff that Tam has on her plate. This is just a matter I think we should all have like on mind. That is not only the Gitbook, but all the documentation that we have available and public needs to be checked. Like we need to do a massive checking of these things, either now or either at the end of the hatch or at some point. Because if people Google TEC hatch or people Google things and they will find documentation that is not up to date, that could be chaotic. So yeah, this is just part of the same thing. Like Gitbook, forum posts, blogs, Medium. Just like for example, Medium posts that were posted on, let's say, November, October, just add a label or something to that post saying like, hey, this post was created on November when a lot of things were not up to date. So this is just, we are just leaving this public post as an archive test or memorialia. But this is something we need to do like for a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Making sure I'm gonna go ahead and assign multiple people. Can I put you in that list, Livy,
Sure.
as well?
Yeah.
Just so we can just keep it on the forefront of our mind, because it's something that needs to keep happening over and over again. Like just need
and I think there should be like, and this is something that could be added to Stewards, but just like a periodical after milestones has been achieved, like ending the hatch, beginning of the hatch, whatever other milestones there may be, just have a session for or an issue that it's a recurrent issue that it's just for update documentation in case it's needed. So it's not only about Gitbook, but we could open an issue that it tackles these revisions because they are needed, and it's transparency too.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it like that, and then we'll move forward from there. Proposals on the forum review.
So this is one that this is I left this open mainly to be a reminder that the proposals topic still needs to be picked up, and we still need to have a conversation about proposals, and we are sort of putting that on the rock for the past month, and this is something we should really focus on, because
No.
the hatch is about to close in 10 days, so less than 10 days, so we are running out of reasons to not pay attention to proposals.
Yeah, and do you think this is something that's going to happen under Hatch Outreach Working Group? I know it's going to evolve into like a different working group within the same umbrella, like same infrastructure and everything, but just a different name. Do you think the proposals will fall under that, or should there be a new working group that's dedicated to such a?
Yeah, on the goodbye document, I basically draft that this could be something that could be picked by TC Scouts, but this is a suggestion that also, for example, if you create an onboarding working group, again, because this was called Hatch Outreach was called onboarding working group, but if we create an onboarding working group, one section of the onboarding could be dedicated for singular person, but the other section of the onboarding could be dedicated also for proposals. But this is open for discussion because there is no clear alignment on this. Let's say that the outreach part should be taken care by the scouts, and then the welcoming to the community onboarding section should be done by the onboarding working group. Or it could be done, I don't know if that's written in stone, but yeah. So.
Okay, I'm going to pull that and go ahead and pull this into the sprint as well, just to make sure that we can, even if it's something that we can put on the forum, just to start a conversation with, it would be really nice.
Yeah, I think I will probably make a proposal or something on the forum to like just find consensus within the community regarding the proposal thing. Livy, do you have any idea regarding the proposal stuff? Just that since we are in the matter.
Sorry, I was a bit distracted. Regarding what?
The proposals, like we are a little bit close. Like we have passed most of the things that were sort of not clear, and the hatches will end in less than 2 weeks. So we should take some time to focus on the proposal, since there is no other, like, time will pass and we will find this in our face. So like I was saying that I may make a proposal on the forum to find consensus within the community about this path for the proposals. I was telling Nate that we could, like, for example, TEC Scout is dedicated to the outreach, but then onboarding working group is dedicated to the welcoming, but like just to sort of try to find a way to draft what we do with proposals in many options.
Yeah, it's interesting because this has been coming back many times, right, to our attention. Like, how are we dealing with proposals? And then I don't know if there's so much to do with them. Like, I keep coming back to this thought that, yeah, we could have like more engagement, but I feel like all of those things are going to be so natural once there is money in the commons, and that proposals will organize themselves, and then we'll see like the DAO actually working.
Yeah,
and that's completely true regarding that part, but my focus is more about the laying out sort of the structure for the DAO to sort of getting to them and receiving them. We can manage later on what they are going to do with the funds. That's another topic also to discuss. But it's more about okay, we will have money in 2 weeks or a month, and then okay, so what do we do now? So waiting to that moment, waiting to have money to actually lay out this kind of guidelines, I think will be a little bit on our face.
Yeah, but we have the guidelines. The proposals have a template. The only guideline we actually need is people knowing that they need to propose in the forum before proposing in the DAO. And then when they go to the forum, they click on like make an issue, and there is a template there. So what do you mean? Like, what else would be needed?
I think like execution, like in terms of, you know, some project comes and wants to put a proposal up for $100,000. I do think there needs to be controls and filters in place to make sure that that proposal is executed and implemented properly, to make sure that, you know, they're not just taking the money and running. So I agree with Edu in a lot of ways that there needs to be like some type of conversations around how we approach proposals, but I don't, you know, I'm not sure exactly what type of consensus we need as a community.
Yeah, and also, for example, right now, if any of us find a project that is interesting, then who is the point of contact? Who do we send this person where? Besides the forum, like who takes care of having a call with them and about all this stuff and explanations and stuff. So it's having this kind of, sorry, I'm being a little bit distracted, probably my wording is not the correct one. Sorry, Livy.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I have a more, like, I'm happy to, we can talk about I'll put this on the agenda for SoftGov for the next call, and we can have a bigger discussion on this. I think I have a more like laid back thought on like letting it happen a little bit more autonomously. But yeah, happy to like gather thoughts and see how we can move forward.
Yeah, that would be good.
And I do think like figuring out like where this responsibility lies, like is this something that SoftGov will need to take over, or is this something that's, you know, another working group like Hatcher Outreach or TEC Scouts needs to take care of? Like, do we have any idea on that?
Not so far.
I think Hatcher Outreach will, or that was my understanding, that was ending like as we finished the hatch phase. And then the TC Scouts, maybe we need to chat about, but we can think about that, Chewy, on like how that's going. But yeah, that makes sense to follow under SoftGov too, because it's like part of the governance part and how we like direct people for the on-chain governance, like what is all the guideline and the cultural process that happens before someone submits a proposal.
Yeah, exactly. The reasoning of my thoughts are basically imagining what would have happened, for example, if TAM wouldn't have laid out the process that we lay out for Hatch Outreach, and we would have we would have just like outreach people without any of these processes that were laid out before. So based on that experience, I was like, maybe it will be nice to do something similar for proposals. But yeah, I think SoftGov call will be the best place to talk about this later on.
I think there's something that has not been addressed has been lobbying and transparent lobbying within proposals. I think if again, I'm doing some research and I'm going to present a framework at the Transparency Working Group sync call in not the next week, but the week after. But I think, I mean, there's money involved, and if someone is like a steward or someone within the community wants to, be part of a project, there's, some conflict of interest arises. So if we don't like explicitly say, okay, here's a framework for you to disclose that you're going to be in this project and that you're going to be this and that, we're just going to replicate the legacy political systems that we're trying to reinvent. So I don't know what you guys think, but it's something that it just hasn't been brought on. I mean, it's going to be a part of the process, and it's just human nature, So I'm curious of what Livia thinks about this.
Yeah, I just want to mention Livia had to deal with this with Genesis DAO over and over again. So I'm definitely like also curious what Livia's experience has shown us. Will show us.
Yeah, I think this is a good topic for conversation, and maybe we bring it to SoftGov just to not have it like chopped it up here. But I'm adding to the agenda now, and those are great topics.
Can we
Alright.
finish the hatch outreach label?
Yep.
Nate?
So the last one, outreach for swag.
Yeah, I created that yesterday because it's since I had this we divided task with Ivy to outreach people to let them know about the swag token and what they have to do. This should be finished the next sprint because the hatch ends, so it should we should have all the list done by then. Yeah, and I will add it to the swag kind of epic thing that was there.
This epic or no?
No, the epic that you had about documenting the swag store process.
Yeah. It's in the communications. Yeah.
There. I will add this to that one, but that's it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
I also I closed a few ones. I closed the hatch outreach on Paris one. I think it should be, yeah. The update on that one is basically that Anne-Marie sent a message to the people who were filtered by Griff and the people who joined the Discord.
Yep.
During those dates. So yeah, that's
So that's done.
Yeah, that's done. And I think I close. No, that's it. I'm not wrong.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and so I noticed that let's get rid of this before we had the TEC Scouts tags, bringing TEC Lounge to other communities.
So
something. Go ahead.
No, sorry. We have to sync with you to pick the people from the highlights in order to choose the next communities to do the launches. Also, the launches is the same thing that Juanca was talking about before the memes party. So it's I don't know if there is this is the external version of Juanca's internal issue of doing the launch spaces. So yeah, we did the one where we find out that you you work in NASA. So I think it worked pretty well. And then yeah, we had booked one hive. I don't know if there was any follow-up after metagame Shui that we had to do. I think it's a little bit late, but just wondering if there was any follow-up to that launch there.
Not really. Like I mean, follow-up has been more like around like the spread of the announcements that we've been having, but there is not like an official thing like around metagame or one hive as the TEC launch.
I think there could be an interesting mashup here, even after the hatch, which is basically, for example, inviting Livy or inviting Juanca to some of these launches to just talk about very specific assets for the TC, like the Graviton, since you have the Graviton coming up, Juanca or Livy about governance. I think there's this opportunity for us to kind of talk about this stuff in a more chill way, not in a, oh, let's come to this and that's it. More of a, let's discuss about what governance you have in your project and you can learn from us, and then Livy can be joining and so on. So I think it's a nice thing. I think that's the only one. Yeah, the manifesto, it's created already. The
Done.
document, yeah, it is done, but it still needs to be updated in the sense of, I mean, the manifests are always in update, so we can close this issue because it's also, I mean, all manifestos are a working in progress for everyone. In this case, it's just a matter that it will have to change and add links in case it becomes a working group. These kind of things will need to be added to the document. But this is the only part that needs to be kind of added to. Just after the decision making is done about what's going on with TC Scouts and responsibilities regarding the working group.
Okay, I'll go ahead and close it. And then we have, does anybody know about this? 5IV created the community sync live stream URL. Septimus, do you know anything about this?
Can you go up?
The community sync live stream URL.
I mean, Juan is like doing the second record, so I think we could close that one. Like, I'm normally doing the stream and Juan is supporting with like if something happens to the recording, Juan is backing me up.
But this is for the live stream, so like people who can't get in, do we have a setup for that yet or no?
I mean, the link is different every time, every stream.
Yep.
But I mean, it's just go to YouTube and I mean, the call to action, I think it should be like just go on YouTube and on the TC channel.
But we do have a process established already for it. We've done it.
No, I mean, no.
I don't know if I'm getting this the right way, but it usually like YouTube, if it's a live stream, it notifies subscribers automatically, or at least the ones that have it enabled. So every time you start a new live stream, everyone gets a notification, and after you end it, it stays up as part of just the videos.
There's another thing, and maybe this is part of it, but it's sort of a tangential topic. But once we reach 100 subscribers, I believe that there is a like you can upgrade your YouTube channel, and you end up with a streaming, like a live website that's always the same, like TEC Live or something like that. YouTube/C/TEC Live or something, whatever we want it to be. We just have to set it, but we have to have 100 subscribers first.
We have them. We have we surpassed that mark.
Oh, nice.
So I'll check it out today, and for the next community call, maybe we can have like when you're announcing like the agenda, this is our link, something like that.
Yeah, we should have just one link that's always the same.
Okay.
If it's live.
Okay, I'm gonna move that into the sprint. And I'm gonna tag you, Zepti, in 5IV.
Okay. No, actually, it's me and Juan. Like Juan and Chuy, yeah.
Septi, just as a suggestion, if you're gonna try to look into this upgrade, try to do it around like a Friday, Saturday, because it disables the account for like 24 to 48 hours, something like this. Okay. It was just like, it was the reason why we didn't stream the Daoist through YouTube, because the account wasn't ready on time. So just that it doesn't fail on us, like the day we try to start streaming.
Thank you, Chuy. Yeah, I should do it today. So since now is weekend.
Okay.
Hey, while everybody is here, I just wanted to ask a quick question for advice process. So we're doing this event for the Governouts next Friday, and I wonder if it's okay to put the TEC logo in there. We'll probably have to figure it out a process in the future for like how to decide these things, but I think just asking everyone is the best way. No? Is anybody a blocker?
This is for the governance.
Legal
Yeah.
says yes.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, we were talking the same with Anna Marie today, and for example, when doing the onboarding role, and she was telling me like, this is what is making us not decentralized fully. Like like I was telling her like, oh, let me ask to the other stewards, and yeah, normally no one logs it, but it's like we still don't have like this agency just to do things, like even if we know it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's good to ask though. Like, what if there's a problem that somebody sees that I can't see? But like this is kind of quick when it's everybody in a call because.
Yeah.
But do you guys think I should post somewhere else?
Nah.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got a couple more things left, and then we'll be done. Griff, I don't know if you see this one. Is this part of the Common Swarm params? Like, does this need to be in the Sprint, the ABC mockup app?
It's currently in progress, and it's like done-ish. It's kind of like it's done. It's just like not totally. It's in the QA process. So like the mockup app is there, but then it's like QA to mockup, QA to mockup. So I would just put it in progress, honestly.
Okay.
It's definitely in this sprint.
Guys, I'm gonna have to run here.
Yeah, it is the top of the hour. I think the only other thing that I have left is the orientation stuff with Katie. So, and there seems to be multiple versions of the same issue. ZenHub. I will just message her and see if she wants to put this into the next sprint and just go from there. But outside of that, I think our sprint is locked up and we're
All right.
good to go with sprint 15.
Yay, thanks, Nate.